Part 2 asked to state the gradient of the line L1. Now we have just seen that the equation of the line L1 is y equals minus a half x plus 5. The coefficient of x represents the gradient of the line, since the equation is written in the form y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient. So therefore, the gradient of the line L1 is just negative a half. That's it. Let us move on to part 3. Part 3 asks us to determine the equation of the line L2. So we can go back to our graph, and the line L2 is here, and we know that it is perpendicular to L1. What we have to remember in coordinate geometry, one important rule is that anytime two lines are perpendicular, the product of the gradients is -1. And we know the gradient of L2. We just found it. Sorry, we know the gradient of L1. We just found it as -1/2. So therefore, if we multiply that gradient -1/2 by the gradient of L2, which we don't know, we're supposed to get -1. So as the first step in the answer, get the gradient of L2. So we know the gradient of L1 is -1/2. So based on the rule, -1/2 multiplied by the gradient of L1, we don't know it yet, so let me leave it blank to show you, equals -1. So we need to find what must you multiply -1/2 by to get -1. Now you could do it in a number of ways. For example, to find this term here, you could divide -1 by -1/2 and you get the answer. But let me show you another way of getting the answer. First, the sign. We know that a negative times a positive is a negative. So this answer must be positive, a plus. We don't put a plus. Next, in order to get 1, what must you multiply 1/2 by to get 1? It's the inverse of 1/2. We simply multiply 1/2 by 2 over 1 to get the 1. And so therefore, the gradient of L2 is 2 over 1, which is 2. Let me put it. I'll put M for gradient. The gradient of L2, so that means the gradient of the line L2 equals 2. So we have our gradient, but we have to find the equation of the line L2. Anytime you want to find the equation of a line, the best thing to do, the first thing is to write the general equation down. Y equals M x plus C. X and Y as the variables, we can take on different values. We know M is 2. What we don't know is C. C is where the line cuts the y-axis. But don't we know it? Let's go back to the graph. And we see L2 cuts the y-axis at -5. Remember, the second number here is the y coordinate, so this is -5. So it means C is -5. So we go down and we write y equals the gradient m, which is 2, x minus 5. And that is the equation of the line L2. So that is it. Next time, we will move on to part B of the equation, of the question. So I will see you next time. If you like this video, press the like button, and also you can subscribe in order to get more videos like this. I will see you all next time.